CS Mutahi Kagwe has clarified that the government has not sold any sugar factories, but instead leased them to private investors through a transparent process approved by Parliament. Of course, this lease agreement involves 4 state-owned sugar factories, Nzoia, Chemelil, Sony and Muhoroni, which have been handed over to private companies for 30 years as part of efforts to revive the struggling sugar sector. Kagwe emphasized that the process involved all stakeholders and was overseen by Parliament, dismissing claims of a lack of transparency or public participation. Speaking before the National Assembly's Agriculture Committee, he reaffirmed the leasing model prioritizes farmers' interests, including machinery upgrades, support for sugarcane farming, timely payments, and lease revocation if the investor obligations are not met.
2009, there was a legislation on the Privatization Act, which created the Privatization Commission. And then from there was meant to be approval now to dispose these sugar mills to the private sector. And in the year 2015, I think there was an approval now by the Privatization Commission to proceed and do the privatization of these sugar companies.
The flip side of this whole exercise is unless you lease these factories, those debts that are held by the farmers could very easily turn into bad debt. What we have done, by going for the lease option is actually convert bad farmers' debt, bad workers' debt into account receivables. We have converted it into an account receivable. It wasn't there before. Mr. Chairman, farmers and workers are owed something to the tune of 5.6 billion shillings. And the irony of it is this. You have got one factory here that is run by the private sector that pays the farmers every week, that pays taxes to the government. There is no rose that doesn't have a thorn. So none of those in the keyboards and so, they're not perfect. Nobody is proposing that they are perfect people. But at least they pay their farmers per week.